Shout out to Sir Grisweight with the sub as well. But yeah, I got to the 31st. All right, let's talk Xbox news. For the past few weeks, rumors have been coming out that Xbox would no longer put out a new platform, as well as different stores have been removing Xbox consoles from their shelves. So a lot of people have been saying Xbox is doomed. But the president of Xbox is here to reconfirm that they are making a new console, and they said, get the fuck off our dicks! I feel Arc Raiders. I haven't played it. Next gen Xbox hardware is currently in the works behind closed doors at Microsoft. Xbox president Sarah Bond has reconfirmed the company has no consoles coming internally in the pipeline days after the launch of the ROG Xbox Li. Speaking with Variety, Bond left no doubt about the Xbox hardware plans. We are 100% looking at making things in the future. We have our next-gen hardware in development, said Bond. We've been looking at prototyping and designing. We have a partnership we've announced with AMD around it, so that's coming soon. This is the second time this month that Microsoft has declared that it's not exiting the hardware business, specifically in regards to new systems in the future. A rumor bubbled up earlier in October that noted future Xbox console plans were up in the air. A founding Xbox team member has also questioned whether Microsoft has a desire to make new hardware. So they say, get off our dick, a new shit is coming. I didn't believe these rumors because usually the way consoles fail is it's got to be back to back to back to back. What I will say is I do think Xbox is in the yellow. Microsoft as a whole is fine. Microsoft's stocks were surging. My portfolio was doing great today. But, you know, Xbox is a division of Microsoft, and Microsoft wants to make money. We know it's a mega corporation. So I would put them in the yellow just because the Xbox One was a failure and the Xbox Series S has been a failure. So I think if the next one doesn't do good, I think the rumors, there might be some truth to it. Xbox doesn't know. They've got a leash on them. I'll say that much. They got a leash on them, I think. I think Sarah's not lying when she says there's something new coming down the line. But I also think there's some truth to these rumors where they have a leash on them and Microsoft is paying attention. Y'all better get it the fucking together, bro. Y'all better get it together. But for those who are super Xbox fans and were worried whether or not there would be a world without Xbox, because friendly reminder, I don't think we want to see a world where PlayStation is the dominant home console, because then Sony's just going to fuck us all. We want competition, whether you like Xbox or not. It's good for everybody. So if you're worried about it, Xbox, Sarah Bond has came out and reminded everybody to get off my fucking dick. Next topic. She speaks specifically in this interview about it being like premium or something like that. Hold up. Shout out to Tanley with the sub. Unsub from Poison Ivy's own. Path to Sega. You seen Project Tal? I think I do have that saved.
So if there was a console that could kind of be a gaming PC and console in one, like that would be helpful for me. I don't know what you can tell us about this.
Further proving my point that handhelds are the future, I think, because the average gamer is getting older. People are family members, not family, but they're fathers, mothers. They got careers, some at school. People just have more responsibilities. So I think handheld gaming is the future because people need to be able to game where they can get it in.
The next gen console, any?
Well, I can tell you're right that the next gen console is going to be a very premium, very high end curated experience.
Which that was the rumor that it was going to be like a high end PC that would cost between $800 to $1,200, which I hope that's not true, because when it comes to consoles, the most important thing is the software. You charging $1,200, y'all lost y'all fucking mind.
You're starting to see some of the thinking that we have in this handheld, but I don't want to give it all away.
So if there was a...
That makes me think that, but what she said right there makes me think it might be true that they might be doing some type of hybrid that has a handheld like the Switch.
This handheld, but I don't want to give it all away.
See, like she said, you get the idea from this handheld, but I don't want to give it all away. So she is confirming in this interview a new Xbox is coming. It might be a hybrid of a main console and a handheld. Either way, the bottom line is get off her fucking dick, bruh. 1 second, y'all. Anything over 8, I'm getting the PC. Type shit. Anything high end, we'll see. Just started Gen V and the Boys with my wife, and surprisingly she loves both shows. They're good shows. They are good shows, man. Do you have the article say about Xbox needing 30% profit? I do believe I do. It's somewhere in here. Is it there? No, I know I had it saved. Let's see. I know I had that shit saved. 30%. Yeah, there it is right there. I might have put it in a different batch of articles, but since we're talking about Xbox, we can talk about that one. Good luck. If you missed this one, Microsoft executives have been expecting the Xbox division to achieve 30% profit margins, almost double the industry average since 2023. So if you're not following, the industry average is expected a 15% profit margin based off the product that you produce. But Microsoft said, nigga, we need 30. Microsoft's last 2 years have been marked by, which by the way, this makes sense why they don't have exclusives anymore, because they want to make a 30% profit margin on everything. That's why they're putting their games everywhere. That actually makes sense. Microsoft's last 2 years have been marked by the layoffs of more than 10,000 workers, repeated development studio closures, and countless game cancellations. A relentless series of bloodletting and downsizing made it only more dire by the preceding consolidation campaign that saw swaths of the games industry brought onto the corporation's gaming division. Thanks to new reporting from Bloomberg, we now have a clear idea of the motivation for Microsoft's current gaming strategy, if it can be called that. According to sources familiar with the business, Microsoft executives have been pressuring the Xbox division to achieve profit margins well within the axis of industry's average, which makes sense because, once again, Xbox, the brand, is not doing well, but you got to keep in mind, Xbox is a subsidiary of Microsoft. Microsoft owns them, and Microsoft stocks are up. Look at this shit right here. It costs $524. We can round this up. $525. They're up 4% today per share. If you are Microsoft, and I'm just saying this from, remove your bias as a gamer, right? Look at this strictly from a business suit person who just wants to make money. If you are a corporation known as Microsoft who's prospering in an economy that fucking orange Cheeto is fucking up, they're still finding a way to make money with their Windows software or whatever else they're producing. But then you have this big subdivision within Microsoft known as Xbox, the gaming division, that can't make a dollar to save its fucking life, and you're still turning a crazy profit. Now imagine being a business suit, take a step back and you think to yourself, how could we turn $525 a share into $750 or $1,000 a share? Maybe if we cut costs on the development of the next Xbox, lay off all the people. You see what I'm trying to say? And this is why I said, I think there's some truth to these Xbox rumors. I don't think that they're in trouble, but I do think they're on a chain. This company has been around for a long time and they like to make fucking money. That's all they care about. And if you have this big division that's just kind of there and not making money and everybody else is, it's kind of a problem. Because keep in mind, we love gaming. Microsoft does not give a fuck about gaming. And if you want an example, you guys remember Mixer? Do not forget what they did to Mixer. Microsoft paid Ninja a reported $50 million, I think, or was it 30? No, it was 30 million, and I think they paid the other dude like 10 million, and they shut that shit down within a year. One of the great, shout out to Ninja, one of the greatest finesses of all time. Nigga, I wish it was me. You'll very rarely hear me say that. One of the greatest finesses in modern history. That nigga paid 30 million to do nothing, bro. Shroud, right? Yeah, I think Shroud got 10 million, bro. They cut the cord on that shit within a year. So do not get it twisted. Microsoft don't give a fuck about gaming like that. They like making money and they like technology, and they gonna get it how they want to. So that's why I'm putting them in the fucking yellow. They need to get it together, bro. Next to Bun, they need to get it the fucking together. So I'm trying to get y'all perspective. He's like, what do you mean? This could happen. So this is, I believe there's truth to this rumor that they are stressing you need to turn a bigger profit, because every other product at Microsoft is turning crazy profits, while you have Xbox in the corner is just like, Thanks to the reporting from Bloomberg, we now have a clear idea of what the motivation for... Oh, wait, I got that. Bloomberg reports that in fall of 2023, Microsoft's chief financial officer, Amy Hood, introduced a new target of 30% accountability margins. Microsoft, that's crazy. Yo, that is so passive aggressive. Yeah, we're going to need 30% accountability margins. Microsoft's corporate euphemism of choice for profit margins for the gaming division. In comparison, S&P's Global Market Intelligence estimates that profit margins in the game industry have fallen from a recent height of 22% during the COVID lockdown years of 2020 and 2021 to an average of 17% in 2024. Now, 30 is crazy because that's high expectations for those who are not into investing. If you want some investment advice, I'm not telling you what to invest in, but a lot of the top investors, when it comes to taking profits in the stocks that they invest in, the sweet spot is like 20 to 25%. When you buy into a company, if you're able to make 20% off of it, you should probably sell it. This is not financial advice. You don't want to get greedy, because most companies are not going to make 30, 40, 50% profit, because there's a 52-week high and a 52-week low. So if it's at the high and you're up 20%, just sell that shit, bro. Just sell that shit. The fact they're expecting 30 as the baseline is kind of crazy. It's kind of fucking crazy, because it's not sustainable. It's not possible. There's only so much money to make in the world, because there's only so many gamers in the world, and there's only so many gamers that are interested in Xbox, and then there's only so many gamers that are interested in Xbox and the games that are exclusive to Xbox, because not everybody on Xbox is into the Xbox Game Pass exclusives. They might just be playing Xbox because they prefer the controller and they like playing Madden and Call of Duty. So saying we need 30% return on everything that we make, you have to understand that's fucking crazy. You have too many variables, they change on a dime. I'm trying to put y'all in the game. 20% is the sweet spot. If you really trying to make money, I'm trying to put y'all on. I'm trying to write that down right there. I'm trying to get y'all some game, bro. So 30%, if you're not familiar with business, they're asking for a lot. They're asking them to go above and beyond. But anyways, let's see. In other words, Microsoft executives have been expecting the Xbox division to achieve, achieve a level of profitability almost twice the industry average. The industry average is 15, see? And a margin that S&P Global analyst Neil Barber told Bloomberg is usually reserved for a publisher that is really nailing it. As far as how Xbox might be nailing it lately, leaked FTC court documents from 2023 showed that Microsoft's gaming division only managed a 12% profit margin in the first 9 months of the 2022 fiscal year. 12% profit is good. You made good money. They're just fucking greedy, bruh. Typing that down in my notepad. If you want another tip too, because I know some of you niggas is dumb as hell and you didn't. TBH, how do I track percentages? I don't know if you guys know, but you can track a percentage within your calculator. So like, let's say you buy a stock at $23.18. You can type in your calculator $23.18 plus 20%, and it'll tell you what it is. So then you can say, then you can set an alarm on your app that says when it hits this number, you should sell. So then you don't have to constantly be hawking your portfolio. I'm trying to put y'all on the shit, bro. I'm trying to teach you niggas how to make money. You're not listening, bro. You niggas be listening. Y'all niggas be watching streamers. They be twirling. I really be trying to teach y'all shit, but it's up to you. Yes, percentages are reversible type shit. I'm really trying to put y'all on, bro. As Xbox spokesperson said, the success doesn't look the same across every. Shout out to Dale6 with the sub. Appreciate it.
Black, even if you don't agree, what you gonna do about it, nigga?
An Xbox spokesperson said, the success doesn't look the same across every project or priority, but it's not surprising that the gaming division will resort to widespread bloodletting in an effort to meet seemingly unachievable profit margins that would likely be incapable otherwise. This is, after all, a company whose leadership's bold strategic vision lately entails cranking up the Game Pass prices. I wonder if they're making any money off that Xbox Ally. Do you review science shorts? If interesting, I have a link. Nah, not interested in the science stuff. Man, dropped the ebook already? Nah, I'm not writing no ebook. Y'all niggas don't even hit the like button, bro. I drop information. It's up to y'all what y'all want to do with it. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. Makes sense why they're closing some of these studios. They just expect way too much out of them, and it's just not it's not a sustainable business model. An example, 25% of... Hey, I tried. I just use the calculator. But like, what I'll do is literally, I'll look at the price that I brought in, like what's the average, and then I'll just add 20% to it. Then I set an alarm that says, when it hits this, notify me. Then I'll sell it right away. You're welcome. Also, set stop losses just in case. Do you think EA will see a push in the market with Jared Kushner and the Saudis buying them out? Either way, I think we're cooked on that front. I'm an optimist. I'm gonna see how it plays out. They got about 1 year, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. EA is already a shitty company, and 2 shitty entities, investors bought it. It could get potentially worse. Like Skate has the potential to be one of the worst video games of all time. Because once the Saudis and Jared Kushner get their hands on it, I see you have a blue t-shirt for $5. Well, why don't we have a green with sparkles on it for $25? It's just going to be a store update after store update after store update after store update. Oh, shit. Like, bro, what the fuck is this shit, man? You started getting into options? Nah, options is gambling. I don't play that shit, bro. I've been fucking with weekly ETFs, though. I be mid-maxing on weekly ETFs, but I'm not trying to get into the technicals because I don't want nobody taking no. I'll give you like basic game, but I'm not going to tell you what to invest in. I don't want nobody buying some shit off if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But I've been mid-maxing off that shit. I'm not going to explain what the fuck that means. Get ready for work. I'm glad I caught the live. I appreciate you coming through, Galaxy. Shout out to Fidelity. Shout out to Fidelity. Shout out to Charles Schwab. Shout out to fucking Robin Hood. Shout out to fucking Weeble. Shout out to all that bullshit, bro. Options is gambling, but I mean profits go burr. You're not wrong. I'm not at that point where I can afford that to play that type of shit, bro. What happened to NFTs? People realized that shit was stupid. Speaking of stupid, Halo Studios is working on a separate multiplayer Halo game. Leaker says it's a long-term live service project like Fortnite. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, just take this game out back and shoot it. And you know, as much as I love Halo, Jesus fucking Christ, do you people not learn? We are sick. And you know why Battlefield, because I'm gonna be honest, Battlefield 6 is just a return to form. But gamers are, it's nothing special, but gamers are so sick of these live service fucking Ryu and Goku and every goddamn video game ass live service games. We're just happy with that to get a traditional multiplayer action shooter, bro. I don't want Vegeta in fucking Halo. Jesus Christ, man. Halo Studios is reportedly working on a brand new multiplayer Halo game that's described as a long service live service project like Fortnite, according to a well-known leaker. Halo has come a long way since it launched in 2001 with Combat Evolved. Help define that. Yeah, we know. Now Halo Studios is just days away from taking the stage at the Halo World Championship 2025. I didn't even know that was a thing on the 24th. Oh, that's today. Maybe we'll have news by tomorrow, where it plans to reveal a new Halo game as well as what's next for the series. Okay, yeah, so I should be able to cover this tomorrow then. But ahead of the event, a new report claims that the future of Halo includes more than just one project. One of the projects is a completely separate multiplayer game described as a long-term live service game like Fortnite. So I suspect they're going to take the free-to-play model and go with that. A new multiplayer Halo project like Fortnite. The latest claim from Rebs Gaming, a well-known Halo insider and content creator who shared new information in a video released today. According to him, Halo Studios is not only working on a rumored Halo Combat Evolved remake, that's probably going to come to PS5, by the way, and the next mainline Halo game, but also a new standalone multiplayer-focused Halo title that's designed to be a live service updated game. My sources told me a live service long-term updated Halo multiplayer game is in the works. Its live service component is like Fortnite. No mentions of it being a battle royale or other specifics. Unlike Halo Infinite's traditional modes, this project is set to focus on an evolving ecosystem more in line with games that receive seasonal updates, events, and rotating content. I wouldn't be surprised if this game has, like, you know how CSGO has the knives that are worth millions of dollars and shit? They're going to put like custom armors in here and a fucking custom ninja armor auction house. Like, bro, oh my God. How hard is it to do split screen? You got all this horsepower and then you can't do a fucking Halo split screen, bro. What the fuck, bro? Reb says a credible source told him that 2 Halo games are planned for release next year. Next year? One could be this multiplayer title and the other is the long-awaited remake. Still, nothing is officially confirmed, so take all this with a grain of salt. Watch it be a repackaged version of Halo Infinite's multiplayer too, bro. As long as it's free, I ain't paying for this shit, bro. I don't know about this chat. How we feeling about a live service, man? How we feeling about that? TBH, you haven't heard the news of all those CS skins getting cooked? Nah, what happened with that? Nobody wants that shit. We don't need more games. Any more games in 2026? I'm never gonna complain about more options, but more live service options? Nah. Because the moment I hear live service long-term plans, that just says to me that you're trying to nickel and dime us, bro. That anytime live service is in the announcement of a game, it should be a red flag for y'all. Translation, we don't want to innovate. We want to make one game and update it for 10 years and put a new blue skin in there. That's what you should hear every single time. I don't have Xbox, so I'm not even on the wave for. Well, I doubt this will be exclusive to Xbox. I'm pretty sure it would be on PC. And if they announce the Halo remake for PS5, it's gonna be on PS5 as well. Digital Extreme type shit. I think this is the same article. Yeah, it's the same shit. More Xbox news. Xbox president feels really good about the $1,000 price tag for the new ROG Ally handheld. The question is, do you in the chat feel good about the $1,000? Those skins that were worth like 10,000 are now worth 1,000, not anymore. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why they were worth so much anyway. It's a fucking knife skin. That shit is crazy. Niggas will invest a mortgage in fucking knife skins in CS:GO, and then when you tell them to invest in the stock market, they'll look at you like you crazy. I can't afford that shit, bro. Yeah, because you buying fucking knife skins in CS:GO. That's not a real tangible thing, bro. So at any point, the price or the value of that digital item can go down. I actually could argue that CS:GO knife skins were the original NFTs. It's the same fucking shit, bro. Who gives a fuck you got a purple dinosaur knife? Who cares? I'm supposed to get on my knees and worship you, nigga? Eat a dick. The fuck are we talking about? It's not a tangible thing. I just spent my last penny on the new Christmas knife skins. There's a legit argument to be had. It's the same shit, bruh. Like, oh, you're gonna have so much clout. Okay, well, what happens if I don't play the game? Like, who cares, man? I got the Power Ranger knife. Ooh, absolutely not. $1,000 handheld proves they can't read the room in this economy. I agree. The new ROG Ally X and its sibling handheld gaming PC are now available, but this new generation of mobile gaming is proving to be quite pricey. At $1,000 for the Ally X and $600 for the lower spec Ally, not everyone can adopt Microsoft's new hardware. In a new interview, Xbox President Sarah Bond spoke about the pricing of the hardware, which she says was determined by the manufacturer Asus, and how Microsoft feels that it accurately reflects the value of the new devices. We looked at it. How do we create multiple options for people? And it really was Asus, because this is their hardware, Bond said to Variety. That is all of their insight into the market, into the feature set, into what people want to determine the ultimate prices of the devices. The reaction was overwhelmingly demand for the device. We sold out on the Xbox store, which is contextually is a little misleading, because from my understanding, there was a very limited supply. So, I mean, if you have a limited supply of a product, it's easy to sell out. I mean, if there's only 10 of them, of course you're going to sell out. We sold really quickly at the number of other places around the world. I feel really good about the value that we're giving gamers for the price based off the reception of the hardware. Did anybody pick up the ROG Ally thing? I'm not gonna lie, it looks like a really good handheld, but $1,000 is just too rich for my blood. It's too rich for my fucking blood, man. From what I've seen, it's cheaper than the majority of the current handhelds besides the Steam Deck. And I feel like that's what people are missing. Like they're not reading the room. What makes the Steam Deck great is the price to performance. You could play a large portion of the Steam library on the Steam Deck for $400, and also you can emulate everything up till I think the PS3. So every system up to the PS3 you can emulate allegedly, as well as you can allegedly play Switch 2, Switch 1 game. I don't know. I just heard. I think I seen something on TikTok or something. You can play Switch 2 games on there. You can play Steam games, and you get it for $400. That's great value. $1,000 so I can get an extra few frames. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yo, shout out to Dolo Kicks with the sub. Appreciate it. Oh shit, you can play Xbox games on the Steam Deck. Yeah, you can get the Game Pass on there too, right? So I mean, yeah, just too rich for my blood. I just don't have $1,000 to. Listen, I'm cooking more, man. Even I'm looking at like what's going on in the world, and I'm just like, let me tighten my belt up on where I can, because we don't know. Guys, I don't know if you know, but the government is cutting SNAP benefits on November 1st, like literally like next week. It could get bad. It could. I should laugh at that. It could get bad, bro. All I'm gonna say is keep your head on a swivel when you're at the grocery store, man. Keep your head on a swivel because the wolves might be out, man. Unfortunately, and yeah, and we're only in year one, so shit is getting bad out here. But millions of people about to lose benefits. Yo, shout out to Dre Day with the sub. Appreciate it. Nintendo gonna sneak up on TBH while he on stream. Yeah, chill. I'm a veteran and he cut benefits for the veterans. Yeah, he cut benefits for everybody. And the worst part is half the military is rooting for him because half the military, unfortunately, half of the United States military is made up of niggas who just wanted a fucking Challenger or a Hellcat. And the other half are fucking jarheads that have a weird war fetish. Am I accurate on that? and the jarheads, that side, they root for this shit. They actively vote against their own fucking benefits. You said very accurate. It's unfortunate, man. Bunch of skinheads and shit. You ain't lying. I'm tapped in, bro. I'm tapped in. I'll be watching the news, man. I had that shit on the TV, bro. It's important to be informed and know what's going on in the world. We live in historical moments right now. You ain't got to know everything, but at least know a little something so you prepared. Other Xbox news. Even Xbox developer kits are getting a big price hike, man. Microsoft just cannot catch a fucking break, man. After raising prices on the Xbox console and subscriptions, Microsoft is now turning its attention to Xbox developers. Sources familiar with the Microsoft's plans tell The Verge that the company is significantly increasing the price of its dev kits, which are used to make Xbox games. These are the devices that studios need. So if you want to be a game developer and you want to produce a game for Xbox, you have to order one of their dev kits so you can learn how to port it to their platform. You following me? The price of that dev kit is going up. It's moving from $1,500 to $2,000, a 33% increase in price. The adjustment reflects the... What the fuck? Keep reading with a Verge subscription, save 40% on the year. Man, if you don't get this shit out my fucking face, bro. What the fuck? I'm not paying for that shit. Nigga! All right, hold up. Fuck you. Anyways, the current Xbox dev kit is moving from $15,000 to $2,000, 33% increase in price. The adjustment reflects macroeconomic development, says Microsoft in an announcement to Xbox developers seen by The Verge. We remain committed to providing high quality tools and support for their dev kits, for their development efforts. I asked Microsoft to comment on the price rise, but the company didn't respond in time for the publication. Translation, the adjustment reflects microeconomics developments. Translation, Trump is fucking up the economy. Remember when you niggas told me to stop talking about fucking, and then what I'm saying, don't apply, let it fly. Remember when you bitch ass niggas said stop talking about politics? Another example of how politics is affecting your life. The price of, dev kits are going to go up because this is technology with chipsets in them. So it makes it harder to make games for the platforms that you love, which also might increase the price of the games, because if you're a small dev studio, an indie studio with a handful of people working on a game, and you can barely afford the dev kit, you might have to mark up the price of your game. Like, you see how that shit works, bro? Damn, they pricing out developers type shit. But like this one, I'm not gonna put on Microsoft. This is just the economy. It's the world we're in right now, unfortunately, with the tariffs and shit. Politics matter. Can't say enough. Motherfuckers will bitch about their life and then ask why things are the way that they are. And then you'll bring it up and they'll be like, I'm not political, chill with all that shit. But like, nigga, that's the issue. Like, yo, niggas will go to school and learn 1 + 1 = 2. And then when you talk about politics and say 1 + 1 = 2, they'll say, nah, that's not true. It's not that deep. Like, all right, bro. Whatever, man. Yes. Like, I'm not against to hurt your redneck feelings. I'm against Trump because I want to go to college type shit. The lack of reading comprehension skills. The kids can't read, man. Let me see what else I got for you. That cognitive dissonance, man. Starfield isn't the caliber of Fallout or Elder Scrolls, says former developer, meaning it's not as good, but it would have been received differently if it wasn't for Bethesda. All right, I'm not even going to read the rest of this article. I'm just going to read the headline and be an asshole. I'm going to go ahead and say I disagree with this statement. So a Bethesda developer said, we admit Starfield's not as good as Fallout or Elder Scrolls, but if EA or Ubisoft made this game or fucking anybody else, Naughty Dog, you guys would have loved it. And I got to call cap on that shit, bro. It doesn't matter who made this game. The problem with Starfield is you guys made a space RPG with no fucking aliens. You made a space game about humanity's first time going into space. And what did they find in space? Empty worlds. Nigga, if you gonna make a space game, I want to play a power fantasy. I want the aliens to come through and we gotta fucking defend humanity type shit, bro. In Mass Effect, they had us doing crazy shit. Crazy shit. We had all our space battles with the fucking Turians. The genocide of the Krogans and them fucking roaches. Fucking spies, ninjas, space dude. Like, what the fuck? This game was just a big... The fuck? And this is why I said it's always gonna be World War Bethesda over here, bro. You niggas better be happy we like this damn TV show, bro. The roaches equal PS4 felons. This is just a bad take, bro. It just wasn't a good game. It wasn't a good game. It wasn't what it needed to be. It was a lot of yapping that led to nothing. And it sucks too, because I feel like the first half of the game, it feels like you're about to run into something, and it just never happens. Like, it feels like it's alluding to something. Maybe we'll get it in the sequel. But at that point, I don't care. I do not fucking care, bro. I liked it, but it was mid. I wouldn't say Starfield was ass, but yeah, it was mid. It was underwhelming. I expected more from a Bethesda RPG. The Mass Effect trilogy is still the greatest depiction of space in a video game in history. I stand by this. I'm trying to think of another space game. I would probably, not because Mass Effect is one of my favorite games, but I probably would agree with it. Like, using sci-fi is great because sci-fi, you're only limited by your imagination. And that's why Starfield sucks. They took the approach of creating a space game limited with a limited imagination. What I mean by what makes sci-fi content great is just it's only limited by your imagination. Oh no, yeah, Halo's great. Halo's great. KOTOR doesn't count because that's Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is already great. But what I mean is like anything you can think of, because we can't prove that it's real or not, and you put it in space, as long as it's cool, it's gonna work. So you have a limitless playing field, and you guys created nothing but a boring story about humanity. Like, bro, who gives a fuck, man? Star Fox is a great space game. Yeah. There's more. But his argument was Mass Effect is the greatest. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's a better space game than Mass Effect. Nah, nobody talking about no damn Star Citizen. You really think they're gonna make a sequel? Yeah, but that's stupid as hell. What the fuck? No Man's Sky is fun now. People love No Man's Sky. I personally wouldn't put it out there, but I know people love it. Yeah, Dead Space is one of those fun. Dead Space is a classic space game. Yeah, it gives you a lot of creative room. Warhammer's great. Yeah. But Bethesda, you just shut the fuck up, bro. Just put. Hey, where's season 2 at? Put out season 2. You guys are a TV show network now. Put out season 2. We don't want to take some fucking stuff here. Positive news. Ninja Gaiden 4 reviews are out. I see a 10, some 9s, 8.5s, 8s. Current Metacritic is at 83 overall. We got another banger. Stop saying gaming is dead. All ball and gun gamers come to the front. This is a fast-paced, bloody action game. I think you guys will like it. I know Expedition 33, the music is too artsy, too much thinking about the storyline and trauma. That story does require a little bit of critical thinking. The action requires reflex. It might not be for you, you know? Borderlands 4, it might not be for you. Too much picking up different guns, trying to optimize your kit. That requires critical thinking. Now, some critical thinking is required in Ninja Gaiden 4 because you do got to have good reflexes and timing combos and stuff like that. But on an elementary level, ball and gun gamers, you might like this one because it's bloody and it's fast. You can just press buttons and feel like a superhero. It's got good reviews. Another great year for gaming. Shout out to Ninja Gaiden 4. We will be on that after Ghost of Yote. And then also the reviews for The Outer Worlds 2 came out. Now we see some 9s, some 8s, a 7 and a 6. It's currently sitting at an 85 overall Metacritic. We have another banger. If Ninja Gaiden is not your speed, it's a little too fast, maybe slow it down with The Outer Worlds 2. From my understanding, from the reviews I watched, if you love Fallout New Vegas, which is made by the same company, Obsidian, you're gonna love this game. I've watched some videos and like the perk system is really fucking cool, man. Like I like if you do certain actions in the game, it unlocks certain perks. So like if you crouch walk too much, it gives you bad knees and it gives you the bad knees perk. And then what it does is it makes you crouch walk faster. But then like your knees make noise whenever you stand up, so it can give you away whenever you're trying to do stealth section. I thought that was fucking funny. If you like hardcore RPGs like that, this might be your cup of tea. This is a great game. This is a great year for gaming. It's on the Game Pass. Ninja Gaiden 4 was on the Game Pass. Guys, if you have nothing to play, I can't help but feel like you're a fucking fraud. I don't know what else to do. Every stream, I've been showing reviews. Pick one of these games, play one, shut the fuck up. Unk mode is wild. It is, bro. It was a video too. In the video, he said there's also a perk for having too many negative perks. So then it forces you to take every negative perk after that. This shit was fucking funny, and it's based off how you play. So you can't unlock them off a skill tree. I was like, that's fucking funny, bro. Not arthritis mode. Arthritis mode. This tweet had me dying making fun of 2K gamers. So many games. Unfortunately, Outer Worlds 2 is gonna be put on the back burner. 10 games to get to know me. Oh, I seen this from 8-Bit. This definitely was a troll. This had me cracking up. There's a trend going around on Twitter, for those who are not on Twitter, where people will post a picture of themselves and then they'll post 10 games in that picture that they love. And he posted one troll and he just put NBA 2K. You know he's trolling because in the caption he said 10 games to get to know me, be a real gamer. That was wild. He's trolling, bro. I've seen his content before. He plays a lot of different games. He's fucking trolling. Yo, shout out to the Greetot with the sub. Appreciate it. The only thing I'm mad about this post is I didn't think of this one, bro, because this is fucking funny, bro. It's funny because there's people that's really like this. I'm a real gamer, bro. Look at this dude right here. You forgot about this hidden gem. Then he puts Modern Warfare 2. I did one. I posted one. I trolled a little bit on mine. People are stupid. There was so many people that responded to mine. They said, is that Denzel Washington? No, nigga, it's me. I put Legend of Dragoon, Jack 2, Smash Melee, SOCOM, Star Fox, Soul Calibur, Sunshine, Ocarina of Time, Mass Effect, Halo Reach. It was hard to pick 10. Those were just 10 off the top of my head. I don't know if those would be my top 10 all time. It was just 10 off the top of my head games that I love. But yeah, niggas is like, yo, what the fuck? Why use a picture of Denzel? I'm like, nigga, that's me. What the fuck are you talking about? Niggas is stupid. You got Fire Chain on? Yeah, it's to keep all the demons out, bro. No sex before marriage. Yours is pretty good. I had to look again because of the limiting this trend to only 10 was tough. If you really play games like that, yeah, it was tough. And like, it's all like off the top of my head. That's what I said. I don't know if that would actually be my definitive top 10. That was just 10 off the top of my head that I thought of. But shout out to Senpai with the sub. Appreciate it. Other news.
Wields that type of power.
On the eve of Ninja Gaiden getting good reviews, Ninja Gaiden 4, the creator actually passed away. R.I.P. He passed away at 58, the creator of Dead Alive and Ninja Gaiden. I remember seeing this dude on the original G4 all the time. I always thought he was cool as hell because he always would carry this sword around and shit like that. But at least, you know, with him passing away, passed away on top, you know, because Ninja Gaiden 4 is going crazy. So RIP to him. Then what else we got? Oh, y'all gonna like this one. Somebody DM me this shit. All right. So I don't know what this all PS4 niggas come to the front. PS peons come to the fucking front. So I don't know what dating show this is, but apparently there's some dating show going on right now on TV and some guy named Joe. Oh, it's Love is Blind. Oh, this must be the new season I haven't seen. Maybe this was what Cammy was talking about when she said there's a guy on here that I would hate. So it's from Love is Blind. Joe is, which is on Netflix. Joe is showing off his apartment to his soon-to-be wife, and this nigga gets caught in a lie on TV saying, this is my PS5. Now I'm gonna play this clip, and y'all tell me what's wrong with the fucking image, bruh.
My PS5?
Let me reel it.
Sometimes I game on it.
My PS5? They love to zoom in and clock people's teeth.
Shout out to the editors.
There's my
Literally one.
So we have officially found one of the worst and then y'all wonder why I sit on the stream and I crack jokes all the fucking time, bro. These niggas are bottom of the barrel. I'm not gonna hold you. Baby girl, this is a red flag. You gotta fucking run. You gotta run. This nigga went on international TV, because if you've never watched this show before, Love is Blind is one of the hottest shows on TV, bro. This brings in millions of viewers every week. He went on international TV and told his fiance, I love playing PS5 and it was a PS4. This is a red flag, not because he's a broke ass bitch ass nigga who can't provide for your family if you eventually get pregnant. Not because of that. That is part of the problem because he's a PS4 nigga. The reason it's a red flag is because he lied. He fucking lied. And the worst part is he lied about something that doesn't fucking matter. Why did you lie and say that you love playing your PS5 when we could visibly see it's a PS4? Do you think she can't read? Even if she's not a gamer, do you think she can't read? This is crazy. And this is why I said this shit is a red fucking flag. He can't be trusted. He can't be trusted, bro. So not only is he a broke ass nigga who owns a PS4, so we know he can't provide for a future family, he's also a fucking liar, bro. Yeah, it was an unprovoked liar. And I'm not joking. Y'all got to be wary of people like this. Niggas who lie about shit that doesn't need to be. Like, bro, why are you lying about that? Like somebody could visibly have a honey bun in their hand and he'd be like, yo, you got a honey bun? Like, let me get half of it. It's not a honey bun, but these are chips. Nigga, why are you lying? I can see the fucking honey bun in your hand. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Yeah, it's a croissant. Like, why are you lying about that, bro? Like, come on, bro. So this is what's going on in the PlayStation Nation. If y'all wondering why we make fun of PS4 niggas over here, this is why. Yeah, he did it so that's a good point. He did it so effortlessly. He didn't even think about it, which means he's told that lie before. The scissor mentality. Men like this cannot be trusted. And these be the same people to be watching Red Pill podcasts and shit. I don't know why the women won't like me. All these women just want to use me for my money. Newsflash, you don't have any money. You have a PS4, buddy. Next topic. He definitely plays Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. No, he doesn't because he has a PS4. Nigga, what the fuck? That's not on PS4, is it? That shit is not on fucking PS4. Oh shit. Shout out to Demetrius with the raid.
It reminds me of that time I raided Arkham.
Nah, I was watching this with my girl, and their relationship was one of the first ones I had to have drama, and this scene happened, and I said, this explains it all. A PS4 nigga saying it, so. Keeping it in the realm of PS4, PS4 peons, put your hands over your ears, put your hands over your eyes. Do not hear nothing, do not see anything. I don't want to offend you. I know you guys don't like to talk about moving forward. Just want to hold on to that PS4 really tight. But like I said, PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox are coming 2027, 2028. We are officially in the next gen cycle, meaning news articles are going to ramp up. And I swear, at least about once a week, I've covered a PS6 article, and we have another one. Yoshida suggests drastic changes beyond graphical fidelity for the PlayStation 6. In a recent talk with Skill Up during the FPS podcast, he explained that although Sony has produced some amazing AAA masterpieces this generation, the general burnout among fans from high fidelity, graphically intensive experiences may be approaching quickly. Not quickly, it is here. I think the average gamer will take 1080p, 60 FPS over the greatest graphics of all fucking time. 60 FPS should have been the standard during the PS4 era, and it still isn't now because they keep trying to push the detail. Oh, it's gonna have fucking ray tracing and back. Like, no, it needs fucking 60 FPS, bitch. We should be on a fucking 120 1440p, bitch. But we're not there. So can we do 1080p 60? Anyways, it's reaching the point where maybe it's about time for Sony, like its Microsoft and Nintendo brethren, to adopt a different approach to game and console development. After all, if the PS6 is just a simple one-up from the PS5, there may not be enough innovation for Sony to last the next generation. Man, as long as Xbox is fucking up, Sony will be. like there's no, who wrote this? Danielle. There's no reason to lie in the article. As long as Xbox is fucking up, Sony will be fine. Yo, shout out to OG Dynasty with the sub. Appreciate it.
To beating Robin's ass.
Tekken 3 released at 60 FPS. I don't want to hear no excuses. Well, to be fair, a lot of games back in the day ran at 60 FPS, whether you realize that or not. And that's because that was before the HD era. So that was when games were still just a square box. I think I think it was 4:3 or something like that. Whatever the resolution is. I think the problem is game development is too focused on outputting resolution before making sure the frame rate is caught up to the resolution. So like I think 1080p 60 should have been the standard for the longest. And what's happened is they've been trying too much to go for 4K, 8K with the best graphics ever when they should have just been focused on 1080p 60 and then 1440p 60 with 1080p 120. And then the next generation we could do 1440, 120. with 4K 60. I just think their focus has been, versus back in the day, the games had to be optimized for one reason. A, there was no patches back then, but also the resolution wasn't as high. I feel like they've been too focused on just graphic fidelity way too much. 4K is just not needed. I'm not gonna say it's not needed because some people do have, there's a larger adoption of 4K monitors in 2025 now than it was 10 years ago. But what I will say is it's not absolutely needed. Some people need it. It should be an option. But yeah, most people are still gaming on fucking Vizio 720p monitors and shit like that. I think 1440p and 1080p is more common. Even my monitor right here, my middle one's a 1440, and then I have two 1080s on my left and right. Look at the profile pic for the article writer. Is that Shonic? Shonic. Shout out to Danielle, they're Shonic fan. I didn't even notice that shit. It's just way too fast. Shout out to El Chinto with the sub. Appreciate it. To start, Yoshida mentions that graphical upgrades have hit the level where even I cannot tell the difference, even though he acknowledges that modern technology like the PS5's lighting fast SSD generally makes experiences smoother and load times faster is slowly becoming the new form. I feel like that's a fucking lie when people say, oh, I can't tell the difference in the graphics. It's because your monitor, it's because you're playing a game in 2025. You're playing Battlefield 6 on a fucking monitor that came out in 2004. That's why you can't tell the difference. I remember the first time I saw a 1440p monitor, I could visibly see the difference between that and 1080p. That's a flat out fucking lie. You niggas need to update your, and that's another problem too. You niggas will go out and buy a $2,000 PC and got an $80 monitor from fucking Goodwill. Nigga, just build $1,000 or $1,200 PC and get a good monitor. If you don't have a good monitor, you're not taking advantage of the visuals. Guys, for those unaware, I'm not trying to be an asshole because I think some of y'all don't know this shit. If your monitor says 1080p, 30 hertz, you cannot even say 60 frames, nigga. And that's why, oh, those are the difference when it's your fucking monitor, bruh. Get a monitor from today, not 10 years ago. I get you can save money from getting the little, $80 monitor at Best Buy and shit, but it comes at a price. The monitor, because I've seen it. You go to Best Buy, Target, they be having like the little $80, $100 monitors, and they be like, this bitch do 1080p, and you be like, oh, this shit lit. You need to look at the hertz. For people who are not familiar with gaming monitors, make sure the hertz are high too. And if the hertz are high, like if you do 1440p, 144 hertz, that bitch gonna be expensive. That's why. So if your hertz ain't there, that's why you don't see the graphical difference, bruh. This shit, man, this shit choppy. Console players are really in tune with this. And I don't care. It's not complex. That's why I say I'm cracking jokes, but I'm trying to put some of y'all on the game. If you haven't updated your monitor in 10 years, please do it. And get that $80 one in there. Yeah, don't get me wrong. If you gotta start with the $80 monitor that only do 1080p 30, I understand. Well, eventually upgrade the monitor. That is part of the problem, bro. Playing on that, squinting at your shit, bro. Nigga playing on a 24-inch monitor at fucking 720p. This shit lit, bro. This shit lit. Yo, shout out to Phantom Wave with the sub. Appreciate you. And then shout out to Dion with the $2 super chat. He said, what about living room TV gamers? You niggas just fuck, bro. Gaming on the TV is not it. I mean, if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. But there's a lot of latency when you game on TVs. That's why I recommend game. Like even when I have a PS5 in my living room, and when I played Assassin's Creed on the TV, because I don't have a monitor in there, I have a TV. I can see the difference. There's a latency from the controller to the input. That's another thing why you need a high refresh rate. You just gotta deal with it, bro. Unless you can find a TV with a high 1080p 144 hertz, still decent. Some are less than 100. Yeah, well, if you didn't know that, now you know. When you go to the store next time and you're ready to upgrade a monitor, make sure to check if it has a high refresh rate, the high hertz. Perfect time for Sony to release a bundle that fixes this. I guess. Not gonna lie, TikTok Shop be having hella deals. Somebody gotta do it. Not gonna lie, my TV has a game mode and it gets rid of the latency. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. My TV is a little bit older. It's like 5 years. It works, so I'm not getting rid of it. So I get it. My TV does 60 hertz for gaming, but 120 for other inputs. I always thought it was because I'm nearsighted. Nah, you might need to upgrade your monitor. That might be why. There are some modern TVs with a gaming mode that will increase. Well, yeah, look for those then. Look for those gaming mode joints, especially because TVs aren't expensive these days. But if you have a choice between gaming on a monitor and a TV, you should always choose the monitor because the monitor is specifically designed for gaming. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Get that monitor you deserve. Matter of fact, Black Friday coming up. Might be a good time to upgrade that monitor. Black Friday coming up, bro. But yeah, I got to call cap on him saying he don't see the difference. Nigga, upgrade your monitor. For many gamers, elements like ray tracing are only a minor adjustment to already incredibly intensive and detailed graphics. Statistics prove this as well, as Sony themselves demonstrated this on their PS5 Pro reveal, that a majority of gamers prefer to play games with lower graphical fidelity but higher refresh rates. Yep, which most gamers aren't even taking advantage of on the PS5's highest graphical potential. That's where Yoshida gets to the crux of the position. Clearly, they just cannot do the same thing they have been doing, increasing the graphics and providing high-end experiences. Games like Ghost of Yotei are selling great, but it is increased graphical fidelity that's making these high-end experiences that much more impressive. After all, Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4 was already praised for its high-end graphics. Although Yotei does technically look better, is it the slightly better graphics that led to its success? Excuse me. Sony's next steps. According to Yoshida, the number of fans looking out for the next best graphically intensive AAA exclusive feels like a niche audience right now. And with the recent study showing that people may be buying fewer and fewer games, maybe graphics aren't the key to success. Well, I think if people have the option to buy the biggest and best, they will. I think one of the biggest issues right now is like the economy is not in a great state. And I mean the global economy. But if people have the option to get it, if they can afford it, they will. However, Yoshida still thinks that the PS5 is an amazing system in terms of quality experiences. Without a doubt, if any company is behind putting together some of the best AAA quality games, it's Sony, but ultimately it may be time for them to put their eggs in different baskets. Little nose SMR, yeah. This could mean many things, such as spotlighting a smaller AA or even indie titles, which Yoshida has long championed. In recent years, it's become increasingly common for game industry veterans to say that these smaller, cheaper, but more innovative experiences are the key to widespread industry growth. I agree. Smaller games gives you an option to experiment more. When asked, Yoshida doesn't have a simple solution for the company, but at the very least, it's clear that if Sony wants to continue into the PS6, they'll need other methods than having the best graphics possible. Focus on art direction, smaller scale games, so you don't have a large overhead, more quality of life features, adding more value, and they'll be all right. Yeah, and then your games don't got to be sold for $70-$80, bro.
Hi, I'm Commander Shepard.
Shout out to Don Dash with the sub, appreciate it. That's what I say. I hope it's not true, those rumors about those AI features, though. Niggas cheating with AI and shit like that. Fuck that, bro. I don't want to see none of that shit, bro. So that's PlayStation 6 news. More Xbox news. I shouldn't include this in the Xbox section, but whatever. Xbox boss Phil Spencer says nurturing and protecting creative teams that want to take risk is the priority. Admits, though, they don't always succeed at that. And you know what? I agree, Phil. I fucking agree. I also don't believe this is the priority because you guys wouldn't dissolve the team that made Hi-Fi Rush. Speaking alongside Double Fine founder Tim Schafer at the Paley International Console Summit on Thursday, Microsoft Gaming CEO Spencer emphasized the value of creative risk-taking to a small crowd of film, TV, and online media bigwigs. The creativity of the team is, in my mind, the most important thing, the thing that we need to protect and foster, Spencer said during the moderated discussion. According to Schafer, whose acclaimed adventure game studio was acquired by Microsoft in 2019, Spencer and the software giant have been true to their word, at least in his experience. When we talked about becoming acquired, it was a big thing for me. Like, how do we keep our culture intact? And everyone was like, no, we really want you to stay who you are. And that's been true all these years. You know, creatively, we can be like, hey, we want to make this game about a walking lighthouse. And they're like, cool, sounds good. The Walking Lighthouse game in question is the recently released Keeper, and it's good. We just awarded it a 90% on our review. Schafer said, I didn't even know this was out. This is the problem with Microsoft. Even if it's true you guys are fostering creativity, you're not fostering any type of advertisement for that creativity. Because this is the argument I've been making for the longest. For those who have missed my arguments about people who make videos about gaming is not dead. gaming has issues with microtransactions and some of these other business practices, but overall, from a creative standpoint, there's more options than ever. Gaming is in a great fucking space. Just because there are a few games out here that are fucking shit up, like Skate with the bullshit ass microtransactions and Madden and stuff like that, doesn't mean you have to play them. Because for every Skate, there's an Expedition 33 and a Ninja Gaiden 4. What the fuck are you talking about, right? The problem is, because there's more options than ever, and these games are so expensive, it doesn't allow for a budget for Microsoft or any of these other studios to advertise these games. So what happens is you have a game like this Lighthouse game Keeper that's got a 90% review. I cover games. I didn't even know this game was fucking out because Microsoft does not advertise it. And this is another reason why, in my opinion, they need to scale back. Everything doesn't need to be this open world AAA experience that costs $200 million. Because when you scale it back and you create a single player, tight and concise, story-driven action adventure game that's 15 to 20 hours long, that's fucking amazing, you now have money left over to advertise your game to the target audience that you want to sell to. I think that's the biggest problem. Not the biggest, but one of the biggest problems. There's a ton of options and not a ton of advertising and marketing. Shit, if you don't want to take the traditional marketing route, you could pay me, nigga. You could pay me to act like I like your game. And that day I get paid, I'm gonna act like I like it. And then when y'all ask for my opinion, I say, come back tomorrow and I'll tell you what I you said a ghost of Yote. Yeah, the lack of the allocation. I feel like when I was a kid, appreciate it, Cosmo. I feel like when I was a kid, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think this maybe stopped in like the PS4 era, but I feel like when I was a kid and a young adult, there are certain commercials that I can think of that reminds me of certain games. And like the first commercial that always comes to mind for me is the Super Smash Bros commercial. It's me and you fighting together. And it had Yoshi and fucking Mario hitting each other with the hammer and shit like that. That shit resonated with me when I was a fucking kid. I said, Mom, Dad, there's a new game called Super Smash Bros. Fucking, you remember that shit, bro? That was a good ass commercial, bro. Smash Bros 64. I said, Mom, Dad, I gotta fucking get this shit, bro. I gotta fucking get this shit. This doesn't exist anymore. No matter how they toss the dice. And you know the worst part about this shit not existing anymore? I'd argue there are more options in places where to target so it can be hard, but then also it's not that hard. You could literally advertise on Twitch. You know for a fact millions of gamers visit, like 40 million gamers visit Twitch every day. And you niggas advertise Madden commercials and shit. Not Madden, but NFL and NBA commercials, energy drinks. Why are there not more gaming commercials on fucking Twitch? The audience is right there. You know another commercial I remember? Fucking, let's see, Mad World with fucking Gears of War. When I saw this commercial, bro, I was 16 when this shit came out. When I saw this commercial, I remember I was home alone. This shit came on the TV. This nigga Marcus Phoenix running into the darkness. I called my parents. I said, Mom, Dad, there's this game that just came out called Gears of War. Can y'all please get this for me? I know y'all at the mall. Can y'all please get it? Please. These niggas came back. I begged my parents. It was after this fucking commercial, bro. This shit was fucking great. At the very end. Mad world. This doesn't exist anymore. You know what advertising is now? Two things. And both of them are horrible. Niggas will put out a tweet, who cares? Because we all know ever since Elon Musk has bought Twitter, it has gone downhill because all it is a right-wing, far-right propaganda platform. If you are not saying, I love to suck Trump's dick, your tweet is not getting amplified, okay? So that's a terrible place to advertise. And then B, the other thing people do is these studios love paying content creators that don't give a fuck about their game. These niggas are paying Call of Duty content creators to play Battlefield. And then they sit there and they complain, man, I don't know, man, I can't get any clips off this fuck. Why don't you pay people who play Battlefield or Battlefield adjacent? Why are you paying somebody who plays 2K to promote Gears of War E-Day? They don't fucking care, bruh. And also their audience doesn't care. Is it Gears of War more like Gears of War? I feel like those are the two biggest ways that people advertise. They got to find a way. And like, that's a true story, by the way. That's a true story. I saw that shit. I said, Mom, Dad, I know we're bored, but can you please cut the grass or something? Like, give me that Gears award, man. I don't feel like the kids have that nowadays. I don't feel like they have it nowadays. Where you get that proper advertising. Instead, I'm learning about the release of a game in an article that got a 90% about a damn lighthouse. You said same here, bro. So like they gotta find it, and that's why there's so many people on the internet saying gaming is dead, is because a lot of people are not aware. And to be fair to the consumers, I think it's a stupid take to say gaming is dead. But then also to be fair to them, you know, it's up to the people who are producing the content to get their content in front of the right eyeballs. And I feel like that's where a lot of these corporations are failing. I have to show my son these trailers, and there's plenty of other trailers I can reference too. Bean. Honestly, it's sponsored streams and reviews. Who does sponsor? I don't think there's sponsored reviews. Who does that? God of War 3, Phantom Chaos skin commercial from GameStop. The Dead Island commercial. I think it's companies know folks are followers and they just want easy consumers. Big creators have yeah, that's the problem though. Like I think the problem with corporations is when it comes to advertising and using creators, they look at it as this creator has millions of followers, but what you fail to realize is this creator's millions of followers, they're catfish. We're trying to catch bass, and studies have shown, I'm just throwing random shit out there, right? I'm just making shit up. But studies have shown to catch a catfish, you need this type of bait. To catch a bass, you need this type of bait. And for some reason, they keep using the bait to catch the to try to catch the bass, the one that you use for the catfish. They're using the wrong bait. And that's what I'm saying. You could have 1 million followers. It doesn't matter if they're not the million right followers versus somebody who might have 10,000, and it might be 10,000 who are in alignment. That person who has 10,000 followers, they might be able to sell to 5,000 of them versus that person who has 1 million, but it's not the right audience. They'll be lucky if they get 1,000. And I've seen this plenty of times before. I've seen this plenty. The conversion rates. It's called conversion rates. Yeah. The conversion rate with content creators ain't the same as cable TV. Well, this is why I said they need to start paying attention to who's who and what's what. The problem with going to top creators all the time who only play specific type of games, the conversion rate is bad because it's not the right audience. They got to do market research. They need to hire people to do market research, which that costs money too. A little R&D. You don't care enough, and then you get mad when you get bad conversion rates, bro. Like I hate to do this. Like a great example of this is fucking RDC World, bro. I'm not talking about them. Get your bag, bro. But when that nigga said on stream, this game is good. Fuck it, I'm about to play this shit off stream. Like they should have did the research and found somebody who was interested in Avatar, bro. Like. Now these niggas finessed you out of a bag. And don't get me wrong, get your fucking bag. I'm not mad at that shit. He said, please show that clip, bro. Get your fucking bag. But now you have a situation where you got finessed out of a bag and a viral clip where niggas is clowning you, bro. Like you said, so that's it. I'm gonna see Avatar playing this off stream. That shit was fucking funny, bro. Is this it?
Hey, huge shout out to Ubisoft for sponsoring the stream for real, man. You can get this game on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, bro. Make sure y'all click the link in the panel.
Please click the link in the panel, y'all. Download the game yourself.
Check it out. And, man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man. We're gonna finish this mission up off stream.
The pulse is coming from.
It's okay.
Discomfort. In confusion.
This is double funny. He fucking funny, bro. So now you got double negative press because of that shit, bro. What up, homeless? They gotta do more market research and try to appeal to the correct people. I feel like they're just assuming that everybody plays all the same games and we don't. It is what it is. Get your bag though. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, his camera died. My bad. Camera died. I did say the profit margin ones, but we already went over that. It's fine. Last week we responded to a video where dude was saying he's basically condemning Battlefield people, which by the way, I think those are Call of Duty fans. They were making Call of Duty maps inside of Battlefield 6's community map maker. And he was saying his argument was, if Battlefield is so good, why are people making Call of Duty maps? And first of all, nobody even plays on those maps. But second, I was arguing, like, why does it matter that people are getting more value out of their game? If I can get Call of Duty maps and Battlefield maps inside of Battlefield 6 and I only have $70 to spend, why the fuck would I buy Call of Duty? Like, we got to stop being pro-consumer. I saw he responded and he said he was joking. It was rage bait, which is always the case when people have bad takes. But I'm not mad at him because I don't have nothing personal against them. But that's usually how it goes. It was rage bait. Yeah. All right, okay. It was just a joke, bro. That being said, one of the things I also argue too is in that video, I was like, the maps ain't gonna stay up anyway because that's a copyright issue, bro. That's a fucking copyright issue. And look, I was right. I predicted it once again. One day y'all gonna give me my flowers. One day y'all gonna give me my flowers. EA keeps deleting Call of Duty maps from the Battlefield 6 portal. Recreations, let me just go to it. In an email to Kotaku, Battlefield player YouTube creator Falality saw that Battlefield 6 Zombies 2028 Orisis portal creations was struck down, which notably took place after the mode gained more traction on YouTube. On October 23rd in 2025, EA sent them a copyright takedown notice, specifically naming Activision as having filed the complaint. The notice asked them to permanently delete the experience and create a new one that incorporates only your original work. They use the intellectual property and user-made maps that have been a thorny topic in the recent years, though some of us vets may recall the days of Halo 3's user-made Forge maps that remade popular CODs. I feel like certain maps they'll be able to get away with, but I knew they were going to take down those Call of Duty maps because that's direct competition. Like maybe if somebody made like a Halo map, I think they might let that live, like Halo Studios, but like I knew them COD maps was getting taken down. It's too much legal shit, yeah. Favorite line is to avoid accountability. Rage baiting is the new trolling. I'll say this much too for that take too, because like I don't want anybody thinking I have like a issue with that person because I really don't. I was really just attacking the argument. When your response to somebody is that I was rage baiting and I got you, you got to keep in mind that was my first impression of you, and that oftentimes it's going to be the first impression of everybody. And my as somebody, and this is just OG speaking. This is why I said I legit don't have a problem with nobody. As somebody who's been in the content creation space for 17 years, 18 in 2026. And I've been 14 years full time. If that's my first impression of you, imagine what other people are thinking as well. And if your goal is to be into it long term, you shouldn't be building your brand off of rage baiting people. Unless if that's how you genuinely feel, then I'm not mad at it. But if it is legitimate rage build, you don't want to do that because then people are not going to trust you. You want to build like trust like for the long term. Like I've been doing this for like a long time. You don't want to take that route. It's not worth it. Just one content creator has some advice. As a former troll, that shit does not work. It'll cost you more than you gain. Yeah, because then you build bad rapport with the audience. They'll be like, oh, is he being honest or is he rage baiting? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, focus on just building a name for yourself by making good content. Like things that you actually feel versus just trying to get attention because they won't work long term. I don't know if you saw, but they just announced Halo 1's campaign for PS5. I figured they would. I'll probably talk about that tomorrow. I got a million other things to talk about. But look at Tyler, the creator, right now. That shit is coming back to bite him. Yeah. But what else I got for you, though? What else I got for you? Project Tau. Somebody was asking me about this. It's an open world action RPG inspired by Korean mythology. Intelligent NPC companions with party members that dynamically respond to the player's combat style, climb giant monsters and target their weak spots, and it's releasing in 2027. Let's check out the full trailer. Can't talk ish right now. Too busy not being a PS4 nigga. Like I actually like it's not rage bait when I talk about PS4 niggas. I don't like y'all. Like like that's how I feel. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, rage bait, gotcha. Like, no, fuck you, nigga. Like, stand on that shit, dog. Gotcha. Yo, shout out to Project Tau. We wear COVID masks around PS4 niggas. Oh God. You got that part that I can smell the fucking PS4 smoke on your shirt. Let me put my mask on, bro, before you infect me. Yeah, I seen the 2E Avatar game. It looked kind of. Big creatures. Is this co-op? Another Souls game? No, I don't think this is a Souls game. Like, nothing about this says Souls to me right here. That looks like action to me. That's not Souls. This nigga doing Akuma slashes and shit. That's not Souls. What's the name? It doesn't have a name yet. It's just Project Tau. Nigga see a sword and immediately call it a Souls game. This is funny. I'll tell you this much. This is not coming to PS4. Look at all the lighting effects and shit like this. The textures are too good. It looks pretty decent. I'm curious if it's co-op or not, or is the AI that was helping him. I thought it was gonna be co-op, but it's single player. Oh yeah, it says it right there. It's a single player. Oh man, make it co-op. It looks cool though. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna change the name of it. No weird dick dragon, so this can't be. What are you talking about? I tried to turn on my PS4 to see if it's still working. The chip is fried. Man, that shit off this. What the fuck? It looked alright though. It looked alright. I feel like co-op would take it to the next level. Everything co-op. Speaking of Souls, because y'all were asking if it's a Souls game, Elden Ring for the Switch 2 has been delayed. Turns out the rumors coming out of Gamescom is true. For those who have not been following the stream, there was a playable demo of Elden Ring, the Tarnished Edition, for the Switch 2 at Gamescom, and apparently it was blowing up in people's hands. Not literally, but like apparently the frame rate was atrocious. And then some counter arguments came out, some counter articles came out and said, no, that's not true. I played it and it was fine. But I feel like I saw more negative first impressions than positives. So I'm going to go ahead and say I think that it was true, that the frame rate was running like dog shit, heating up in people's lap and shit like that. So they're pushing it back to 2026 so they can work on the performance for the game. Which has me a little bit worried about the performance on that other game, the Blood, whatever game that they're working on. I hope that runs well as well. It'll be Tarnished, all right. For Elden Ring, Tarnished, Dustbloods. Yeah, it has me a little worried about that. We're already seeing technical limitations for this Switch 2, and this shit been out for 2 months. That's kind of a... I heard the demo for Elden Ring Tarnished Edition on the Switch 2. It make your Switch so hot, as soon as you put your hands on it, you just disappear. Like you get Thanos snapped. You literally become tarnished. That shit is crazy. If the game is co-op, I'll try it. Dustbloods will be co-op. That's gonna be a team PvPvE game. But why is Jalen Green trending? Oh, let me make sure it's not crazy. I don't know why. I don't know why it's fucking trending. It's a bunch of random shit. Why are you hitting me? In other news, PS4 nigga news, we got some news for y'all. Marvel Rivals PvE mode for the zombies. Due to performance limitations, the PS4 will not get the new zombies mode. So I want to say a shout out to what's the name of the studio that makes Marvel Rivals? I don't know the name of the studio. NetEase, my bad. NetEase Games. I want to say thank you to NetEase Games. No bullshit. I'm not trying to be funny. I want to thank NetEase Games for protecting the consumer, protecting people across the globe. Because if you guys would have put this news, I have seen the footage for the zombies mode. There's like hundreds of zombies on the screen and shit like that. Like all the CPU power it would have drew, it would have blew up PS4s across the world, and it would have caused a lot of eco and just domestic terrorism. So I want to say thank you for not putting this new game mode on the PS4. Not because I don't want the PS4 peons to have something fun to play, but just to protect people, man. Thank you for thinking about everybody else, you know. Because PS4 niggas are not capable of thinking about anybody else other than themselves, bro. It would have caused a neighborhood blackout. Yep. It'd been like an EMP grenade or something like that.